Hi, so in this tutorial I'll talk about basic material in Blender. To create material, you come here in the material tab and click new. You can change base color, metallic, roughness, which is how shiny and how matte it is, and then emission, which is if you want to add the light into the object. We start with emission. If we have emission on, it will be like it will have light inside of it. If you don't have emission at all, you can see from the shadow there's change. If you have alpha on, it will be transparency of the material. Roughness is how matte it is. If you have 1, it will be matte. If you have 0, it will be shiny, and it will look easier to understand with colors. 0 roughness is shiny, and 1 roughness is matte, and the metallic is how metallic is gonna look like. So when you combine roughness and metallic, it can be very shiny and metal-like. That's all basic that you need to know. And as you can see here, when you deal with material, we use 2 things. First thing is shader editor, and second thing is UV editor. Shader editor is when you can combine knots. So it's the same thing that I just explained, metallic, roughness, and normal map. But UV editor is how the mesh is unwrapped as the surface, which I'll explain later. But before we go to that, I want to talk about what if we use other people's material. So if you put other material here from Blender Kit, you can see that it has the base color knot, it has the metallic, the roughness, and normal. What is normal map? Normal map is the 3D like texture that got baked into the material, so the shape is still the same. It's not affecting the mesh at all, but it's in the material. The 3D like texture is from the normal map. And I want to show this knot because when we export the object to Unreal, we have to reconnect this dot later. So if you understand the meaning of each thing, you can adjusting it and also make a change in Unreal later. So now I want to talk about Unreal. Now I want to talk about UV unwrapping. When we deal with UV, we're gonna go to UV editor. I'm gonna show this by putting the material on the box. As you can see here, it has some like glitching on the material. Why is that? So if you click tab and you are in edit mode, you can see that how the box unfold on this specific map. And you can use the same command as normal in Blender, so you can S to scale it. And you can move it to specific location of the pictures and adjust it to be in that location specifically, so it look more normal, not glitchy but still wrong direction because how it is unwrapped here. But if we tap again and we cover it all and click U is all the command for unwrapping. We can try project from view. Right now the view is strange, so it will look strange, but at least it will go at the same side. But when you do project from view, you should go to like the elevation or the top view of it. Now I'm gonna try again. Click U, project from view. So now it's aligned with whatever we can see here, and we can scale up and down and adjust it now. So this is another technique that I really like. When you remodel the building or remodel from specific pictures, you can use that picture as your material and use this technique and adjust and modify it in Photoshop as a picture and then put it into Blender. So this is how it is. Normally project from view will look good from only one view, so I'm not recommend for all the pipeline, but for something in the background it's work fine. I want to talk a little bit more when you have the model. So this is the model that I download the texture from. If I click tab, you can see these dots and the line. It's like the same way how you make the model. You can move the dot with G and the material will change in the specific spots. You can select the whole thing and scale up and down, same idea. Also rotation, click you can rotate, same thing. So basically what this means is every object can be unrolled surface out and you can manipulate it as JPEG or PNG. And that's the last thing of this video that I want to talk about, how to put an image if you in case you want to trace it or you want to make a model from it. So when you create a plane, you can add new material, click that plane, create new material, choose space, color, and change to image texture. Click open and you can go to that specific photo and add it on. Now you can trace the picture, make the model out of it, or use it as the background for your scene.